This chapter will break down anger into some of the different ways that it is delivered and received. Most people learn about anger from experience. When anger is directed at them, they will modify their behavior in ways that may or may not work. When they direct their anger at someone, they modify their behavior to get certain results which, again, may or may not work. Even more confusing is when the results work sometimes and not others. My experience has been that most people are clear about what they don't like. That doesn't mean that the anger isn't appropriate and that the point of the anger isn't necessary. However, once anger goes beyond a certain point, the results over time can ruin lives. I'm going to break down anger so you can recognize intellectually what may or may not be okay. By learning more, I believe you are better able to understand how you can experience the emotion of anger and address your concerns more effectively.
Anger comes in various forms. It can range from healthy and go to extremely dangerous. Anger can have words such as leave to leave bitch. It can have attitude or intensity such as leave bitch. It can have volume such as leave bitch. Anger can have no words but show itself with body language like finger pointing, fist pumping, or turning away. There can also be behaviors with no words such as slamming doors, breaking things, or getting violent. Then, of course, there are many combinations that include some or all of these forms. These next few slides have some hardball questions that should be answered positively to reduce the chances of inappropriate anger in a relationship being considered, or for the current relationship in order to be clear about how the future should unfold. Some may say that a person can give a good answer but not practice what they preach. I don't disagree. However, if the rule is broken, it should be a caution flag. If you or someone you care for has a history of picking people who say one thing and do another, especially as it relates to anger, it may be a signal to move on. I understand that these are not common questions to ask when developing a relationship or when a relationship is already established. Two things here. If you don't think you can ask these questions without it causing serious problems, you probably already have a serious problem but haven't experienced it yet. 2. Relationships end from not being able to communicate and from trying to live the fantasy that because there isn't a problem now, there won't be one in the future. These questions I have listed here are not bad questions to ask, especially if you have been in relationships already that had anger problems. Learning the signs of anger. It's helpful to teach people how to recognize what gets a person upset, how they know they are upset, and how they show it. Anger is a natural emotion. A person has a right to be angry at another person, themselves, an event, a value, a rule, a situation, a job, traffic, many things. Many times the anger we have is not directed at the source, but at someone we care for. That person, not knowing where the anger came from, may retreat or fight back. If a couple can learn to recognize the various signs of anger, it's like recognizing the symptoms to a cold. You usually end up trying to remedy the problem or make it better. I want to again stress the point that for many there is a tolerable, healthy anger which may be understood, accepted, or at times tolerated. Most healthy relationships experience a wide range of anger. The individuals in these relationships more often than not address the issue and work to resolve the problem. There are also unhealthy relationships that many times have healthy anger. Unfortunately, the relationships may also develop an ever-increasing pattern of unhealthy anger. Arguments become personal. Although the individual may be able to identify the problem, they often begin to include name-calling, threats, intimidation, embarrassment, and at times abuse to get their way. The following slides will give some examples of various forms of anger. The language of anger. There are way too many words to put on this slide. The healthy language leaves out the insults, threats, intimidation, humiliation, embarrassment, name-calling, and other unnecessary and unkind words. Healthy language addresses the specific issue and what it is about that issue that upset the individual. After that, deciding if it is just something to get off your chest or something that needs to be resolved will be part of the discussion. The following frames show nonverbal displays of anger. Some are common and not a threat, others more serious, and others inappropriate and dangerous. Silence, stink eye, walk away, not give messages, clench their fist, turn their back, burn things, slam doors, slumped shoulders, snake neck, ignore, tapping their finger, cry, hiding the mail, clench their jaw, leave for several days, stomp, block the door, check their watch, and sigh or lip smacking. Push, slap, shove, scratch, stalk, choke, grab, pinch, bite, spit, punch, kick, stab, burn, key a car, throw something, flatten tires, break a windshield, destroy property, point a weapon at, kill a pet, tear clothes, passive aggressive, spills liquids on the person, humiliate by doing things in front of others, and the wild card means that there's probably something I haven't thought of that maybe you did. The next couple of slides are going to have words or phrases that are oftentimes used when there's a dysfunctional argument. These words by themselves carry negative weight. Let me show you. Shut up, idiot, thug, fuck you, whatever, punk, kiss my ass, prick, fag, nag, asshole, gay, bitch, retard, pussy, cunt, cocksucker, lazy, deadbeat, bastard, goddammit, stupid, get out, whore, moron, I hate you, slut, dumb shit, fuck up, loser. Many of us have heard or used some of these words in an argument and know they may carry weight, but they are usually effective in a negative way. Add to this tone and attitude and it carries even more weight. Next, add volume, then add content. In other words, maybe this is done in front of others. Put this all together and you may have shut up, idiot, thug, fuck you, whatever, punk, kiss my ass, prick, fag, nag, asshole, gay, bitch, retard, pussy, cunt, cocksucker, lazy, deadbeat, bastard, goddammit, stupid, get out, whore, moron, I hate you, slut, dumb shit, fuck up, loser. Now that's just one person's side. Imagine what happens when the other person gets a chance to react or respond to those kinds of comments. The next slide is going to have some phrases that are oftentimes used when there's a dysfunctional argument. Negative tone and or attitude. That's the energy in the words or lack of them that can make someone feel guilt, shame, embarrassment, humiliation, resentment, degraded, or angry. Add to this a negative volume, which could go anywhere from none to yelling, screaming, and shouting. Anger usually has a tone and an attitude. This can range from totally ignoring the person to sounding serious, to humiliation, to actual intimidation or threats. Volume usually accompanies the tone and attitude. This negative tone and attitude, along with the high volume, could lead to a feeling that violence may take place. As you will find out later, the legal definition of assault includes acting in a way that would likely result in application of force to another person, even if no violence takes place. Add to this threatening phrases with the specific intent that the statement is to be taken as a threat, even if there is no intent of actually carrying it out, and is so specific as to cause that person to be in sustained fear for his or her own safety or for his or her immediate family safety, could result in an arrest for criminal threats. Content has to do with when and how the anger is used. Dysfunctional anger often has humiliating and intimidating criticism in front of others. There may be criticism inappropriate for the children to hear. Someone may feel they win or avoid further discussion by changing the subject or having a distraction. Then there is the popular technique of ignoring or not responding at all to the other person. Other ingredients often found in inappropriate anger are various types of body language, such as gritting one's teeth, dirty looks, folded arms, checking a watch, stare downs, making a fist, clenching the fist, dramatic arm gestures, pacing, standing up and over a person, walking toward them in a threatening way, walking away with a hand gesture, tapping a foot, tapping a hand, getting too close to the other person, and many, many more. There are also negative actions. These include such things as interrupting, being closed-minded, showing a lack of enthusiasm or interest, having a whiny response, aggression, over-talking the other person, dismissing one's comments with reactive comments or gestures, and again, many, many more. Often, taken for granted are how all these elements come together so quickly. The hurtful words are bad enough. The intent is usually to get someone's attention. Some don't care how they come across. Others seem to not understand how their delivery hurts or angers the person they direct their comments toward. Some say they are frustrated in just expressing their feelings, or that they aren't good with words, or just deal with it. All too often the goals are to control and or hurt the person they are directing their anger toward. If the person they are angry with has a similar intent, well, you can see how easy it is for violence to take place. Some people are quiet, then blow up. They may say something like, "I don't get mad very often, but when I do." Some people seem to like to debate. Some get louder the longer the debate lasts. Some remain quiet and hold the anger in. Some overtalk another. Some use their intellect to sway another. There are just so many variations of anger. Anger in a relationship is natural and should be discussed. If not, the anger may come out wrong, may be misinterpreted, may be taken as an attack, or may hurt those we care for. It could also lead to inappropriate anger and serious problems for the future. Being able to discuss healthy anger and learn each other's style can lead to a sense of safety and stability for everyone involved. Here are some of the faces that many are familiar with, going from somebody who's reflecting and very depressed, to holding their head, wondering what's going on, to overwhelmed, not quite sure what to do, to saying please stop, to being screamed at, to the bargaining with someone ignoring you, to the tension that couples often have after they've argued during the day, to this kind of lost existence and actual yelling at each other. Here are some other areas to consider when trying to understand anger: gestures, people, triggers, behaviors, events, roles, values, situations, rules, drama, times, religion, culture, society, comments, topics, patterns, and the wild card, anything you can think of that I didn't. I think it's important to note, as with anger in general, that these areas can be perceived as positive as well as negative. How, when, who with, where, why, the combination of several all play a part in determining what is considered healthy or unhealthy.